In today's world, we can pick up a newspaper, turn on TV, we can log into our e-news and see images of the horrific and tragic endings of intimate partner violence. Most recent, a woman ran into a doctor's office to escape her abuser. He followed her into that doctor's office and shot and killed her. Some of these articles may cause us to feel sadness at the loss of life. Others of us may feel anger because we feel we have no control to stop it. In homes where IPV is present, children are often in the home, and they are at high risk of becoming victims of child maltreatment. IPV is a serious problem in the United States. According to Halkett and her colleagues, IPV is directly responsible for 2,340 deaths in 2007. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, intimate partner violence includes rape, sexual assault, robbery, aggravated assault, simple assault by a current or former spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend. Dormer and Ladd reveal as many as 2.1 to 8 million women are brutalized by their husbands or partners every year. IPV affects more than the two parties engaged in the conflict. My name is Colleen McBassel. I'm a psychology student at Upper Iowa University. Part of our studies include studying abnormal brain development to better understand how mental illness occurs. After hearing this speech, the serious effects of abnormal child development will be revealed. For the purposes of this speech, I choose to advocate for those who have no voice, those who are terrorized behind closed doors, those who deserve to have a future free of mental illness and physical ailments. I will ask you to advocate for those children, and I will ask you to contact your local politicians and congressmen. I will ask you to encourage these politicians to make it a criminal act to expose these children to IPV incidents. IPV is comparable to child abuse. We need to speak for those who have no voice, so they have an opportunity to develop normally and become healthy, functioning adults. We need to stop the cycle of violence. Victimization takes place in the family home, behind closed doors. Many of those homes contain innocent, vulnerable children who witness these incidents and are at high risk for becoming victims. Approximately 9% of children in homes where IPV incidents occur witness or hear the altercation. This has serious psychological effects on these children when they witness these events. Severity of symptoms as a result of watching these events depends on the duration, the severity of abuse, and the perceived threat to the child. As the incidents become more severe, the higher the level of self-blame the child feels, and they may choose to internalize their feelings. Psychological maltreatment, there are several subtypes affiliated with this that occur in homes where IPV occurs, leading to differing symptoms in the child. Psychological maltreatment involves a repeated pattern of caregiver behavior to a serious incident which transmits to the child that he or she is worthless, flawed, unloved, unwanted, endangered, or only of value in meeting another person's needs. This information comes from De La Vega and her colleagues who are experts in this field. There are 6 subtypes of psychological maltreatment. Spurning. Spurning may result in angry, non-compliant behavior, negative emotion, a lack of impulse control, hyperactivity, distractibility, difficulty learning and problem solving, and low creativity. This can also lead to symptoms of borderline personality disorder. Thus, a mental illness is born. Another subtype of psychological maltreatment is denying emotional responsiveness. This is considered the most devastating. As depression sets in and the child develops anxious avoidant attachment, a marked decline in competence from infancy through preschool years, low self-esteem and self-injurious behaviors occur. This can lead to serious psychopathology and borderline personality disorders. Of the remaining subtypes, terrorizing results in somatoform disorders, and high anxiety resulting in physical ailments. Exploiting or corrupting, isolation, and neglect are the remaining subtypes of psychological maltreatment. Each of these subtypes have differing outcomes in the child witnesses. Experts De La Vega and her colleagues assert that high rate of co-occurrence between psychological maltreatment results in multiplicative effects between the number of different maltreatments and developmental consequences in the child. According to experts De La Vega and her colleagues, psychological maltreatment is a predictor of future child maltreatment, and it's recognized as one of the core elements in all types of abuse. It has long-lasting, serious effects on the survivors. We have developmental delays that occur as a result of witnessing IPV incidences in these homes. According to experts Blair and her colleagues, exposure to IPV during preschool years has the most impact on developmental trajectories of these children. Children learn by modeling. There are differences between boys and girls in how they choose to project these symptoms. Boys exhibit more externalizing behaviors such as aggression, attention disorders, rule-breaking behaviors, while girls exhibit more internalizing behaviors. They withdraw, they have anxiety and depression. This information comes from Blair and her colleagues, who are experts in child development. Modeling sets the stage for the continuing cycle of abuse. That is why it's so important that we act now. There are also physiological effects associated with IPV. According to experts Kuhlman and her associates, children who are eyewitnesses, approximately 85 to 90% of IPV incidents that occur in the residence, with 47% of children witnesses under the age of 6. The psychological aspect of IPV directly influences the child's physical health. And this is a result of being subjected to chronic stress. It causes changes in the brain. And it suppresses the immune system. And it also alters normal brain development. Chronic stress is responsible for gastrointestinal problems. It lowers immune system response. According to Coleman and her colleagues, these children are 4 times more likely to have asthma and allergy when compared to children raised in normal, loving homes. IPV incidents are a serious problem in the United States. Witnessing IPV incidents between parents who are loved ones to these children seriously affects the child witnesses. Psychological and physiological delays or inhibits normal development and sets the stage for continuing abuse. According to experts Giles and his colleagues, some states have made it a criminal act to expose these children to IPV incidents. It's akin to child abuse. We need to follow in their steps. We need to speak for the children who have no voice. Contact your local politicians and state representatives. Push them. Make this a law where it is illegal to involve these children in these types of repeated incidents. Speak for those who need your help, children with no voice. Make it a crime to expose vulnerable children to IPV incidents. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." These children are our future.